Well, the two newest episodes of The Bad Batch were really dark and bleak. We got to see an Imperial-focused episode that took place on Mount Tantiss, and it was honestly really cool because we've never gotten anything like that before. And we now have seen what was in the vault. It is young Force users, and they're using their DNA in hopes to bind it with Omegas to create a Force-using clone. You could really feel how evil the Empire was in these two episodes, especially the first one, and honestly, seeing Scorch and his commandos combat the young Force user prisoner was just really hard to watch, especially seeing how far the clone commandos have fallen morally since the Clone Wars. There also was some info on Hemlock's iPad that revealed he is indeed developing Dark Troopers, and the CX clone assassins could be the Phase 0 Dark Trooper, and I'm beginning to think that the Phase 1 Dark Trooper is going to consist of clones being like forced and molded into the Phase 1 Dark Trooper suits, because if you think about it, all the clone troopers that are trapped on Tantiss are useless now that they found that Omega matched the M count. So there's a high possibility that maybe there's not going to be any clone troopers to even save, or a lot of them are going to be forced into these Dark Trooper suits. That would obviously be an emotionally devastating thing if Rex and the crew try to save all the clones on Tantiss and they end up fighting a bunch of new experimental Dark Troopers. We've also found out that Tarkin is completely in the dark when it comes to Project Necromancer, and that would also mean that Vader is in the dark. So Hemlock and Emperor Palpatine are working very closely together, and we still don't have any idea who this new CX assassin clone trooper is, but some people were saying that his voice sounded exactly like Crosshair at some moments, so perhaps Crosshair did get cloned after the whole Mayday incident. And the CX clone does mention that his squad can eliminate the two Bad Batch members, but not the third one, which I'm assuming he meant Crosshair. So it's going to be really interesting to see if that is indeed a clone of Crosshair. I think my only complaint with this episode was I didn't understand Omega's idea at all. It was such a long shot that Crosshair would be able to put a sensor beacon with his messed up hand and then her sneaking in a tracking device, and some people are saying at the end she had like a Force reach out moment, so maybe Asajj or like Ahsoka will come save her on Tantiss. But either way, these two episodes were amazing. It's really starting to ramp up. Be sure to let us know in the comments below what you thought of these two new episodes.